NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Texans and the Pats. All that and more coming up next.
It's a site that has seen more than its fair share of great playoff memories the last few decades, and more could be in store as we've got playoff football again at sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, we begin a triple header here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the New England Patriots. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game.
Strap in, the first of three on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. They're going to look to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 34. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here first and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very difficult.
Touchdown, Texans! From 4 yards out. And the Texans will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
And there's really no underestimating or downplaying the incredible regular season he had throwing the football. When you throw for over 5,000 yards, that's a monster season. He's got an offense that's certainly capable of doing damage in the postseason as well. But he also understands that defense tends to win championships in the playoffs. He must find a way to set that aside and advance his team.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Operating from the gun, Brown.
Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is going to have a Texans 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
1st down, Texans.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Gabriel Davis,
a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. This taken in right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits.
He's got a man, complete.
Down the left sideline.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Pats are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Houston set to take over. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. They'll look to throw here. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Patriots take over. Now Brown on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watts. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain of 32 that time. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Stop short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Brown. Touchdown, Patriots. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Patriots are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans.
And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
First down, Texans.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Back to throw.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That close on 3rd down. I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot.
There he goes, left side.
Down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
And now out comes Houston. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Steps away. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. 2nd and 5.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
to this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have now allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Out of the gun now on third down.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be fourth down.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
On 1st and 10, Brown. And got his man complete.
There he goes again.
Touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw.
And this one too low.
Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On 3rd down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And the half will begin with a touchback. Now the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Brown now throwing on first down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brown. Looking for a slot man, and he's got it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Back to throw. Brown. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make.
Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Patriots continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Texans 14. Chad Ryland, the kickoff for the Patriots.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They go play action here on first down.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Laying out is Davis, and he's got the football. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Texans.
Back to throw now on first down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 87. Incomplete. It's now
2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 37. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
They'll take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 28.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The kick by Carlson is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! A big play there. 62 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Now Ryland for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it. An in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And you can tell just by looking at it that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. Well, they're just looking good hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches, just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. To about the 33-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed... Couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this Texans defense stands tall. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Smith here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
First down, Texans.
Now back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
16 more on that one and another first down.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On first down, Phelps. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They'll drop to throw. And it's caught.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Texans. From a yard out.
And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
That is caught, and he will have a Patriots 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
Oh, he fakes a spike. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. Here's 2nd and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. 32 yards.
And the Patriots are able to widen their advantage.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
Ryland on for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Raiders and the Patriots, and it's coming up next.
It's a site that has seen more than its fair share of great playoff memories the last few decades, and more could be in store as we've got playoff football again at sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, divisional round Saturday, we've got an AFC battle on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
For a guy still in his second year in the NFL, this is obviously a big spot for him to try and fill. Able to engineer the victory in the wild card round last weekend. That's got to give him confidence, and it's got to elevate the confidence of his teammates as well. But as he said after the win, things are only going to get tougher from there. He understands the situation he's in. He understands what's ahead of him in this one.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win. They'll look to throw again.
And he couldn't get that one to his man. Short of him, it's low and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Now their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. This one from 48 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter. What a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Brown. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, a pick 6 on the first play of the drive. And, Charles, we have our first points of the game, making it 6-0.
And while it's only 6 points in the first quarter, it certainly takes a lot of pressure off of them, doesn't it? They're in the lead. They have control. Now they just want to settle in and play their game and defend that advantage.
Point after try forthcoming. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A big play there for New England. 51 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Stopped short, down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on... And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Patriots take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points. Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And work with me here. Is this overhyped or not? You've got a warm weather team on the road in January, and it's cold. What's the deal? Is that a factor? Is it not a factor?
I think a lot of it depends on the personality of your head coach and how you prepare for things. And some things you just can't prepare for. If you're coming from a warm weather site, you can't make it cold enough like it is here in this ball game. But what you can do is just tell the guys, dress for the weather, and then play like we always play. And as the game goes along, typically those guys out there playing, you warm up enough that it really shouldn't affect you quite the same way. Now, if that's all you talk about, if you put that in the heads of your players, it'll affect them in a big way.
7-7, our score after 1. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense And you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one, so you look over at the sideline. There's head coach saying, "Oh, heck, kick it, field goal time."
So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now the Patriots offense. Back out onto the field. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Brown. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that's a good job there of knuckling down as an offense. You're trying to avoid 3 and out at all costs. And after 2 straight incompletions, this one's on target, and they're able to keep the chains moving.
And he's going to have the Patriots 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 32 on the play. Operating from the gun. Brown toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw. Brown. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf, dude. That's bottom shelf material.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job controlling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. The Raiders trying to move quickly, trying to get everybody back to the line. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 28. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Back to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Stevens.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Patriots have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
And that is how you retaliate. After getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like two boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
Now Ryland for the PAT. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So the late touchdown ties things as they will kick this one away in the final stages of the half.
Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars doing battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got one half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Final adjustments are underway in the locker rooms. Which of these two teams will survive and advance to next weekend's AFC Championship game? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
12 at the 44-yard line.
Brown looking to throw on second down. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Brown. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line.
Oh, and now some trickery. They fake the spike.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Pats have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it 6 points on the board. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a 1st down. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On the counter, Gibson. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
1st down, Las Vegas.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that one too high and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd down, Davis. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, fourth quarter, as the kick is away here. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Looking to throw. Brown, flush to his right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. 27 yards. And the Patriots answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Down 7 here in the fourth, and a very critical drive upcoming. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Back to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
He's back to throw. And this one's going to sail on him a bit, and it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays up in quick succession if they can.
3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes. That's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in first.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they will take a knee here. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they take a knee. The Patriots, as they so often do, moving on to the playoffs as we say so long, everybody.
It's time for the AFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Baltimore. It's the Patriots and the Ravens, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On third down, it's Craig, and he'll get nothing out of that one. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here come the Patriots now on offense. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's Brown, throwing again. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down. Still going inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. 55 yards. And the Patriots are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson over the middle, complete. That's Wolf. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. Now, I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Craig, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1 yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Now Jackson on second down. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now Brown going to throw again. He's across midfield and all the way down to the 41-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
26 yards. First down, New England.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's got room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 75 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And 12 at the Ravens' 23-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Back to throw. Brown
Throw left side complete. That's Watts. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Looking to throw. Brown. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll try to run this one in. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots go up by 2 touchdowns. Ryland on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Right now, they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players got to make those big-time plays right now. They need them in a big way.
Well, they fought so hard to be here at home for the conference championship game. See if they can propel themselves to the Super Bowl. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are 1 game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Play action. Now Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Jackson now. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Baltimore.
Here's Ward to return.
43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake. Brown. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing.
Look at the big man rumble.
Look at the big man rumble.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 65 yards.
And the Patriots continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Jackson on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
Throwing is Jackson. He finds his man complete. That's Wolf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. A reminder that when halftime... Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Jackson from the shotgun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Taken at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So the Patriots coming out now. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
That one goes for 24 yards. Brown now on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watts. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now Ryland for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Chad Ryland to kick off for the Patriots.
Back out is the kicker Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get it.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And he's got some space here. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers squaring off against the New Orleans Saints. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before the second half. Which one will lift the Lamar Hunt Trophy? To find out, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins. The touchback. Now, the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation to kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Brown. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Two yards to go, second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now a first carry for their fullback. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Now 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, a poor throw there, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Now they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On second down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in.
Couldn't hang on third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Jackson.
Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Off play action. Brown. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watts. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 43. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Ravens 43-yard line.
Looking to throw. Brown. Past the 20. A big play there for New England. 41 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. We get set for the 4th quarter. Patriots have the lead. They also have the football. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. punching it in from a yard away. And the Patriots are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. And I guess that's where you turn on 4th and goal to your muscle back there. Hand him the football. He does the dirty work.
I think you're asking a lot of your defense there, right? Having to make the stand, have to prepare for just about any type of play to be called, and then here comes the power right at you. On that play, the big man got into the end zone.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Ravens ready to take over. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Wolf. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Patriots' 49-yard line.
Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 35. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw again is Jackson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. From the gun, it's Jackson. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Craig. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. 2nd and 9. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical. I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that nearly intercepted. And the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down. They'll try and run with their fullback. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, sometimes you read a defense thinking pass rush, and you see them all in those sprinter stances. You think you can give that quick hitter to the fullback and have it go for 7, 8, 9 yards, but not that time. They stuffed him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
A 44-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The Patriots have done it again. They're AFC champs once more as we say goodnight. And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Saints coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New England Patriots taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go to wrap up this Sunday of action. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Brown on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Owens. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. And Charles, ho-hum, another year, another Super Bowl appearance for this head coach. He already holds the all-time record for most Super Bowl titles. And now here he is trying to bring home yet another.
And you know what else he's doing? He's keeping all of us, meaning the media, the broadcasters, at bay. Because every year you think, okay, that caps a great career. And he comes back and wins another one. Okay, this one caps a great career. Nope, he goes after another one. Maybe we should tamp the brakes a little bit on whether or not he's going to leave and just appreciate the brilliance that he's bringing to the sidelines and to the Super Bowl itself as he goes out trying to win yet another Super Bowl title.
Here's Brown throwing on first down. Over the middle, completes this to Ward. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you could almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Second down and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the Patriots are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's first and goal. So now a carry here for the fullback. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Patriots are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino. Another superstar made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, Warner. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. On 1st down, Woodard. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 26. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
And to find the open man, that's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is going to have the Saints first down. And they get it easily. A gain of 5 on 4th and 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They were so close, that close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
On 2nd down now, Woodard, and able to get him just inside the 5 to about the 4. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got it! Touchdown, Saints! From 4 yards out. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He finds his man complete. It's Owens. And he's taken down inside the 30.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brooks. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, you don't often see a lot of first down carries by a fullback, and this is probably why. Often better suited for short yards and goal line types of situations. This last carry.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have taken the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good, and that makes the score 14-7.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got the connection left side to Brown. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices,
We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 39. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's fluid on the right. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
They'll set up a throw.
Tries the left side and finds Olave.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3 at the 6-yard line.
Back to throw. Touchdown, Saints! From 6 yards away.
And the Saints are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And oh, it's blocked. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Back to throw. Brown.
This ball taken in here by Brooks. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Pats would extend their lead here just before halftime. Ryland on for the extra point.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Walker with it over the middle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll look to throw now on first down. Olave holds it in. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end, and now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
These two teams have had plenty of extra time to make their final adjustments, but time's just about up. The final half of the NFL season is upon us. So let's get it back out to our Super Bowl broadcast team. Here's Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Now the Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And they trail here in this Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
2nd and 6. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are...
There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. 63 yards.
And the Patriots will extend their third quarter lead here in this Super Bowl.
Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The New Orleans offense set to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw here. And the hook up to Brown. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. Up the middle they go. Warner. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
And they'll run it here. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
I know any coach would take 2nd and 3 all day. You think you're in pretty good shape. Instead, after 2 runs, though, they're at 4th and 1. Didn't pick it up.
Back-to-back 1-yard gains. This defense, the challenge was accepted. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And this is back to an 8-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, Cedric.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Brown. And that will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
New England's offense set to go.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
they'll go on the ground. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters gone by. Don't leave your seats now, folks. The fourth and final quarter of the Super Bowl is up next. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the fourth and final quarter. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now because a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Back to throw. Brown. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Patriots are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Now Ryland for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a New England touchdown. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. New England trying to get a place on offense. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, 4th quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Brown. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Looking to throw. Brown got his tight end. That's complete. That's Owens. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Right back to him on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl.
This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Ryland on for the extra point.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back to throw now on 1st down.
He completes it to Olave.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is secured by the Patriots. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Patriots have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And Walker has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back to throw again.
The pass caught by Olave.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Completes it over the middle of the field. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a...
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit.
They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Patriots have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Now Ryland for the PAT.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. And it's another Super Bowl title for the New England Patriots. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.